Almost feels like a patch day. Tons of issues with the game right now. 3 issues that they're acknowledging. I'm going to read this and I'm going to talk about some of the details on that and what it means to you. Be aware of the following issues and actively investigating them. First one is this: Mr. Fantastic MCU Path to Orbs were incorrectly giving out Invisible Woman MCU Path to Orbs. We have removed the offers for the Path to Orbs, and the Mr. Fantastic Path to Orbs will come back later today. We'll have more information on compensation soon. So this is what I was going to do. I was going to buy these orbs, and when you buy the first one, you get 5, and then another offer opens up, and for the same $5, you can get an extra shard. I guess you get 6. I don't know. But anyways, that was what I was going to do. But they were not working correctly, and they were giving Invisible Woman shards. Now, if you go into game and like you're still wondering if this is still a thing, if you're in the Path to Orbs, click on the offer and click on the orb. Make sure it says Mr. Fantastic, because it had a Mr. Fantastic picture, but when you clicked on the orb, it said Invisible Woman. So they're gonna have to fix that. It's kind of a mess. So Mr. Fantastic MCU Showcase is currently causing issues. We are actively working on a fix for this issue. More specifically, it's not crediting the command center. So like for a while, you couldn't even get into it. Recently, at the time of making this video, I was able to get into it, but it didn't credit it inside of the command center for the weekly quest. Now this one here is, I don't know how they're going to unwind this one. The Fantastic Four MCU characters are showing the Elite Store using a cursed diamond credits. This will be fixed shortly. So what it is this is the cursed credits for diamonds. And so a lot of people are going in and buying these. Like I went in myself and I bought the 1 diamond for Franklin Richards. So that's a problem, right? And I don't know what they're going to do, but a lot of people have been asking which one's the most important. Should I core for this one? Should I core for that one? Let me be very, very clear. This guy is the most important by far. Franklin Richards makes the entire team work in so many different levels, right? He is the core member of the team. He's the Kahori of the team, if you will. He's the Black Knight of the team, if you will. He is the character that's going to provide the most value, and so he's going to be the one that matters the most. So Franklin Richards milestone not progressing, so this is in the command center. Other thing too is a lot of people are asking me what to do on Mr. Fantastic ISO. Now he's the protector on the team. He does have a taunt mechanic. When I played him inside of the test server, I used Raider, but I think a lot of people are going to be going down the fortifier route. This is what his ISO account. I don't see really wanting to do striker with this right here. Also worth noting, this is another bugged offer, I guess. I don't know. This happened with Invisible Woman when she came out. When you unlock Mr. Fantastic, this offer will appear $30 US, and my understanding is it should have been 100 of these, and then these are the Gear 20 pieces, and so it should have been 20 of each, so there's extra. Now the problem I have with this is it does create some some inequality, some imbalance on these, because you really can't use 80 more of these unless you're actively buying these with the intel. But this is, if you're going to be doing the entire team, you could save intel, because then you'll just be buying the syringes rather than the rainbow things. So this is an extreme value, if you will, and the entire team is bio. I am not taking up Thing or Human Torch at all to Gear Tier 20 unless it manifests in some reason for it. I don't know if they're going to be top tier arena. We'll see. I'm certain that the other 3, the brand new 3 ones will. I'm taking them to Gear Tier 20 right away. I'm going to be doing Franklin is going to be the highest priority. I've already going to commit to doing Invisible Woman. I'm actually using an arena right now. She's very strong. But I feel like Human Torch and Thing will get value for sure inside Crucible and Alliance War. I think this team is going to carry into other game modes for sure. This is kind of interesting. So this is something that's available in the Google Play Store, and this is rather expensive, but this is for an unlock and for the MCU costume. So if you're really into the costumes, you can get the MCU Human Torch costume. Now, it was brought to my attention that this is horrifically expensive. The 1,500 Google Play credits or whatever they're called, I'm not really sure. Use this for 1,200 Google Play credits. You can get 1,000 cores, 2 gold orbs, and 2 premium orbs, and have 300 Google Play credits left over for what they're selling the costume for. So this is not of high value. It's just not. Because what you could get with that currency actually has meaningful value in game, that this is just a costume. But I guess, if it's going to be that exclusive, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with costumes. I am interested in these costumes, though. Some costumes, I don't even want to call them costumes. The shaders, like the Mephisto Gold, and that's not a costume. But these are actually costumes. So I'm somewhat interested in actual costumes rather than a gold Apocalypse or a red Professor X. That is not of high interest to me. A clear looking in-game Thanos, that's not a costume, that's a shader. All right, 2 more questions and we'll wrap up the video. When do you use Null and where? Where does everyone use Null and with who with? I know he's good in Arena, shutting down, and Power. Also good use in Dark Dimension and Professor X, but what else? And who do you pair him with? Bonus question, when you decide to start using him? I'm currently about to get the 5th red star, but feel he get crushed in my arena by OP 10-11 Annihilators until he's like 6-7 red. No, use him right now. Any advice appreciated currently? Quasar does feel okay at 6 red in arena. I don't know how well Null scales. And specifically Carnage scales really well. I'm finding that my Carnage starts to get very powerful as I get more and more stars, yellow and red stars on Null. The summon Carnage becomes very strong. He synergizes with other symbiotes, so he synergizes for sure with Gore, and he is a very good counter to Mephisto. Mephisto, and this, we're going to a counter. So Mephisto is sometimes being used in, let's say, Crucible to counter Professor X. I know not everybody's coming up against Professor X, and so people are putting Null with Professor X on defense to counter the Mephisto counter, because Null is somewhat of a excellent counter to Mephisto. So I guess if you wanted to in Alliance War, I know some people were using Null with symbiotes. I don't know how effective that was, but Null is definitely a symbiote and for sure does well with Gore, and he is an amazing counter to Mephisto. So, if you want to use him in Arena, if you're seeing Mephistos on defense, yeah, you're going to want to use a Null. That would be my suggestion. Looking for a team or general guides. If there's any guides on the sub or anywhere which teams to prioritize what to be the most efficient. I did make some guides, but I just wanted to streamline this and say that, if I was a new player, my suggestion to them is when you click into your roster, hit the squads tab, and in general, characters to the top of this list are going to be better than the ones on the bottom of the list. And so focusing on the characters towards the top is going to serve you better in general. The problem that I have, well, it's not a problem, but I think it can create problems, is that when you start playing Marvel Strike Force, and I don't know how long this person's been playing the game, they give you so many characters. I feel like they give you like 50 or so characters right out of the gate, and it can be confusing in knowing which characters have been reworked and which characters are new and have been good. And I would say working towards the top of the list. And I just wanted to point out that the game underwent a pretty significant power spike in between the Annihilator and the Illuminati team. And oftentimes we'll refer to a post-Ares character. So there was a character in between these called Ares, and Ares had the boosted stats, and all characters post-Ares had those boosted stats. And so that's going to start with Annihilators. And Annihilators has been out for a minute. and they were an arena team, and they're essentially being replaced by the MCU Fantastic Four. So, do what you want to do, but I think, using characters closer to the top of the list is gonna. There's a bunch of exceptions to this, of course, but in general, characters at the top of the list are going to do better than the ones towards the bottom. Let me know what you think about all of the Marvel Strike Force bugs. No codes yet. Bye for now.